On the endless plains of Africa, where every dawn begins with a struggle for survival, rises a ruler without a crown, the lion, nature's living emblem of power and majesty. But have you ever wondered what savage trials endure to truly earn the title, King of Beasts, thunderous roared? Come with me on an epic journey through the lion's life, from a fragile, helpless cub to the moment its thunderous roar commands the wild.
Every journey begins with a fragile spark of life. After a fiercely competitive mating season, the lioness carries her cubs for about 110 days. And surprisingly, she often chooses to give birth during the rainy season, when the savanna is lush with green grass and prey is most abundant. Instinct tells her that only when food is plentiful will those fragile new lives have a chance to survive. Unlike the noisy, showy herds, the lioness slips away in silence. No roar, no trace left behind. She quietly seeks a hidden rocky den or a thick bush, a place where the darkness can shelter the lives that have yet to take their first breath. Why? Because the savanna is never truly peaceful. Other predators are always lurking. Just one mistake, a single scent escaping into the air, and the entire litter could be wiped out in an instant. In each litter, a lioness usually gives birth to 2 to 4 tiny cubs, each weighing less than 2 kilograms, eyes tightly shut, bodies trembling, utterly helpless in the very world they were born to one day rule. This is the beginning of a journey fraught with danger. But will those tiny, fragile lives have any chance of survival in a land where death is always lurking? For the first 6 to 8 weeks of their lives, lion cubs are carefully hidden away in dens or beneath thick bushes. They have almost no contact with the outside world. Every step their mother takes is a gamble between her instinct to hunt and her duty to protect her young. The lioness leaves her hiding place only when absolutely necessary, mostly to hunt, and the cubs can only wait. No milk means certain death. Despite their mother's best efforts to protect them, 40 to 80% of lion cubs still don't make it through their first year. They can fall prey to hyenas, leopards, or even more brutally, get killed by male lions themselves. This behavior is called infanticide, a brutal evolutionary strategy where a new dominant male kills all cubs that aren't his own, forcing the lionesses to return to heat more quickly. Only when they're strong enough, around 2 months old, do the surviving cubs return to the pride. And here, something remarkable happens. They don't have just one mother, but are cared for by several lionesses in the pride. This is one of the rare examples of matriarchal unity in the world of big cats, where fragile life is preserved not only by sharp claws, but by the quiet support of the pride's lionesses. From 3 months old, the lion cubs begin following their mother outside. They timidly explore the world. Everything is new to them, from the scent of fresh grass and the breeze in the air to the tracks left by prey. It may look like a meaningless game, but in truth, it's an instinctive lesson. Every playful pounce, every stalk, every missed strike helps them practice the skills that will one day mean survival: stalking, pouncing, keeping balance, and dodging counterattacks. Around 6 months old, they begin transitioning to eating meat. But don't be mistaken, they still can't hunt on their own. Every meal still depends on their mother and the other lionesses in the pride. By the time they reach a year old, the lucky survivors begin joining the pride on real hunts. They watch every step as light as the wind, every strike as precise as a blade. The savanna becomes a harsh classroom where only the quick and the clever make it out alive. Day by day, every game, every tumble is a lesson in survival. They're learning to become hunters, or they'll end up as prey in the eternal life and death game of the Savanna. By around 2 years old, the cubs are no longer clumsy youngsters. Their bodies have grown rapidly, their muscles stronger, and their territorial instincts begin to awaken. But not all of them have a place in the pride. By the age of 2 to 3, young males are forced to leave. They become wanderers, learning to survive on their own or forming small coalitions with other males. The years of exile are the harshest training ground. Young males must learn to hunt alone, avoid the blows of rival males, and survive in territories that aren't their own. The weak will die. Only the strong will live to return. By the age of 4 to 5, male lions reach their physical peak. Their thick manes are both natural armor and a bold challenge to any rival holding power within pride. A king's power is never given. It can only be taken with blood and claws. One day, the wanderer returns, no longer a weak young male, but a grown warrior. Before him stands the reigning king, the holder of supreme power. But on the Savanna, there is only one territory, one king. The ruthless battle begins. There are no rules, only claws, fangs, and blood. The thick mane shields against savage bites, muscles strain to endure the pain. Whoever falls loses everything. The loser fades into the shadows carrying a torn mane and the weight of shame. The winner stands in the dawn's light, claiming not just the pride, but the power of life and death over the next generation. The male lion officially becomes the pride's king, gaining the right to mate, defend the territory, and protect the new cubs. But this throne is only temporary. In the wild, the ruler of today can be the one overthrown tomorrow. After the brutal battle, a new reign is established. The new king enjoys his days of power, protecting the pride, ruling over vast territory, and leaving his mark through generations of cubs. But the throne is not just a privilege. It comes with responsibility. The king must roar to declare his dominance, patrol the territory, and protect the pride from all external threats. Yet out there's always someone younger, stronger, more desperate for the throne. Nature's order never allows a king to reign forever. The very moment the peak begins is also when the shadow of overthrow starts creeping in. A roar in the distance is no greeting. It's a new declaration of war. The challenger has arrived, carrying youth and a burning hunger for power. This is the eternal cycle of the Savanna. The throne never belongs to one forever. It is only a temporary reward for the strongest in this moment. No king can escape the most fearsome enemy of all, time. Muscles lose their strength, claws grow dull, the mane begins to fall, and then a younger rival will appear. One final battle, and defeat. The throne changes hands, the cycle continues. The former ruler becomes a lonely wanderer, a shadow haunting the land that once was his. In his final days, the old king no longer hunts, no longer has a territory. Only the Savanna wins as his companion. And in the end, even a king becomes just another part of the earth itself. But a king's legacy doesn't lie in the throne. It lives on in his offspring, the strong genes passed down, continuing to flow through the pride's bloodline. On the Savanna, there is no eternal king, only the endless game of life. And when one life cycle ends, another begins.